All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Shinsei. Here along me is Red Knight,
Sup, buddies?
Jerry,
Hello.
Monster,
Hello.
God, Kylist,
Hi.
my boy Augustus Gloop, aka Nova,
Yo.
and yeah, this is the podcast.
He actually put on a
Red's
deeper voice.
preparing. Red's
Oh
He's
yeah,
trying.
no, mentally, I'm already pre-game.
It's gonna be a
for
long
this.
night,
I put on a low voice. I tried not to
I'm
laugh.
getting my
It's gonna be a long
antioxidants
night.
in for today.
Alright,
Yo.
everybody's got a drink, Jesus.
Hydration is key.
Or
Okay.
lack thereof in my
Hydrate.
case.
It's either hydrate or hydrate.
What are we
For
What are we
Red
gonna
Knight.
start off talking
We're
with? I
starting
don't even
off
know.
with like preseason, just the pugs, private pugs, and stuff.
Oh,
How
I
about
have
we
nothing
let
to
the
do with
audience know who we are, what we're
Oh,
doing,
yeah, we can-
why we're
Okay,
doing
listen. I suggested that before this,
No,
and
no,
you
no,
said
no,
don't go too much into it.
He did actually do
no,
that.
This is
no,
true.
Yeah.
True.
You misunderstood what I
did.
said. You misunderstood what I said.
Okay,
I'm gonna
well,
have
just
someone
start with
editing
Red.
too.
Obviously, the podcast name is Exodus After
Oh my
Dark.
God.
Exodus is a team that all of us were associated in one way or other. In my case, I showed up and saved these mofos.
Okay, sure,
dude.
dude. Okay, literally
Oh,
just start
okay.
off. Shut up. Let's
It's all
start
good,
off
it's
with
all
start off with your in-game name because that is how most people know us, and then what
Oh
role you
yeah,
play.
that's true. So my name is Red Knight, or RK. RK to those on
Red Knight.
Exodus mostly, because
Oh,
we had Red
Red.
Panda to confuse
Or
everyone.
Calvin because we love him dearly.
With. Calvin, that's true. You can call me Calvin, that's fine.
Calvin.
We're not looking
Hey,
at it.
easy.
Okay,
Okay,
continue.
Jerry, you go next, I
That's
guess.
Jerry.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh yeah.
Introduce.
Introduce yourself.
My in-game name was Jerozone, and I was the Team Genji player.
Pretty much.
Resident,
That's
Resident
it.
Monster.
Yeah, that's
Genji
really all I
OTP.
One at a time, one.
Resident Genji OTP.
It wasn't OTP. I played Echo at the beginning.
Yeah,
True.
because you were one.
Did.
We've had a lot of echo.
I forgot
Okay,
Oh,
about
go
that.
ahead,
Sadly.
Monster.
I'm Monster. I was team
Lucio
captain.
Team
Played a lot of
captain.
Lucio, almost only Lucio.
True.
Then I played BAP, and because
'Cause he was benched on
Kylus
every other
sucked so
character.
much, I just swapped to Brig
True.
and was the best Brig player in the league. I'm just saying.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, I was the
Shin.
team captain, main support. Yeah, go.
Shit.
How did he
Alright.
become team captain? Who knows?
I'm
You'll
Shinsei.
hear that story
uh,
in this episode.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm Shinsei. I was the head coach for a little while before I had more commitments. I did a lot of macro stuffs. I don't want to cuss,
Saved us.
but I'm gonna try not to. But yeah, I was head coach for a little while. Then I kind of just drifted off to the sideline, doing one-on-ones and just trying to keep the team in fighting shape.
Cool.
Wait, can we go back to
Kylus.
me for a second?
Oh.
No, Kylus first.
Okay.
No,
And that's
let him go.
fine.
Let him go. Let him go.
We
It's
want
fine.
this to be less.
I should add my role with the team besides being the starting main tank turned into coach for both macro and micro.
In-game shot calling.
okay,
90% of the
In
time.
game
As
leader.
context,
Wait, hold on.
the only reason I wasn't coaching the tanks is because I was playing on a team. Okay.
No, it's true. It's fine.
That's
It's
all.
fine. And also, like, I was
No.
already pretty okay for the league we were in. So let's be
True.
real.
True.
Okay,
True.
It's my turn. I'm Kylus. I
Yeah,
am
you're good.
the flex support for the team. I played mostly on maybe a Moira, maybe like in a game or two for stall, and then I started
Stall, yeah.
over Monster because my Mercy's better.
She's really a Mercy OTP that plays flex support.
True.
That's
Look
really
at the
what it
profile
is.
picture.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Profile picture says it
Nova's
all.
muted
Nova
probably
has
'cause he's
muted
playing video
himself.
games.
Nova, you good, bud?
Nova.
Yes,
God.
editing.
Nova was the main tank benched by me. That's all you need to know.
He
Pretty
was
much.
also
He
our
was
eighth
the starter main
draft
tank,
pick.
and then
He was also our
the
eighth pick and was
5-year-old
gonna be the
eighth-
trade fodder.
Okay, we'll talk about that, and we'll
Yeah,
talk about
so-
why he was drafted, which is the funniest part.
Just start it off. Just somebody start
Yeah,
off with the
let's go.
topic.
Let's go.
Okay.
just
Um,
go on
Okay.
with it.
Pugs.
I'm gonna fix my
Who
game.
would like to
Okay,
start with
I
Awesome.
feel like
I
I
wasn't
have
there
the
for
most
Pugs.
things with
I
this.
want to talk about
Okay.
pugs.
You
Alright.
can't.
Jerry,
You
shut
Listen,
up.
alright.
Let
So-
Monster go first. That's cool.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Do your little
Jeez.
thing.
Do your little thing. Yeah, go nuts.
Oh, Jerry.
Yes.
Yes, Jerry.
Okay. So like I joined like all the pugs at the beginning, or as soon as much as I can, and I was invited to the Big Mac private pug.
Oh God.
And I remember there's
Oh, really?
I met Nova in there, and we didn't really talk at all. But there's this one kid or one person who had a really loud keyboard, and it really hurt my ears. And I found out that was Nova when I joined the team, and I was a little
awesome.
upset because I heard I heard a really loud keyboard for at least 3 days, and then I completely forgot it existed. It hurts so much.
Okay,
Oh,
let
yeah,
me actually talk about.
wait, hold on. I've got something serious first that we need to go over. This is our 100% honest opinions for this entire thing. We're
Oh, yeah.
just like we're not trying to make anybody mad or offend people or whatever. We're just being honest.
We're just trying.
Okay,
Yeah,
The
we're
whole,
just trying
the
to
whole
speak
4
openly
people
here.
from Flex Cup will watch this.
Here,
but yeah.
let
True,
me
true,
let me
Yeah.
get the docs of the old of our drafting thing.
Okay.
Oh, you were involved with the draft, weren't you?
Yeah, he was captain.
So,
Yeah.
by the way, for those who don't know, I was nowhere to be seen during this.
Yep.
Me
If
neither.
I
He didn't
was
exist
going to be
during
draft,
Plague, neither did Shin.
I didn't
well,
exist.
if I had, like, so what was funny is I actually was being scouted outside of Pugs because Vancouver Vision was managed by Navino. So I
Who's his
was
brother? Contact.
yeah, who's my brother, who knows me from Wisdom Academy and Novice last season. I backed up Rye Guy, who is an MVP. It was really unlucky for me because I was okay, but Rye Guy was better. Sad.
Cool.
GR.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And I was gonna go play for Vancouver, but at the time I was like, I don't really want to play that bad. I was playing for a GGNA team called Bandicoots, which is under.
Oh my god, I forgot about them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I try to forget too. It's okay. Basically, they were a team underneath Marsupial Gaming or Marsupial Gaming, however you know them.
Marsupial.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
And basically, that team pushed me out for a multitude of reasons that I don't want to get into too hard because I'm
Not
still
yet.
salty.
Not yet.
No.
More
I'm
content
not
for
gonna get
later
into it. I'm really
episodes.
not. I'm really not gonna get into it.
That smells.
But at the time, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna take the time and play with my GGNA team. I don't want to play for 2 teams right now. It's too much work. I also work full time, and I just got accepted to school, so now I'm like even more busy.
Busy
You
man.
know? Yeah, 24-year-old playing Overwatch. It's great.
Imagine.
Boomer me.
Imagine being younger or older than 18.
Pretty much.
True.
The
Literally
amount
only
of
It'll
time
ran-
that
never
it
be
took
me.
for you to get that
Imagine
sentence out of
being
your mouth
older.
was astounding.
14. Kind of weird.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
so
like, it'll
so
never be me.
Exodus didn't know me at the time because you hadn't drafted Awkward yet.
True.
So Awkward gets drafted, and then like 3 weeks later, he's like, "Yo, bro, do you want to come play with us?" And I was still fielding offers from Vancouver. At this point, I'd been pushed off of my GGNA team, and I was pretty salty about it, and I wanted to play
I
Overwatch.
remember this.
Yeah, and then Awkward's like, "Hey, I have this big opportunity for you to come play with us. Here's the reality.
Oh,
This is Awkward's unfiltered opinion.
Oh, he found it. He went to go
Uh,
find what awkward thought.
bro, we
Awkward.
get to talk about the corpse trade possibility after this.
Oh, we do.
No, we
do,
have to
should.
actually talk about. I
Everything.
need to talk first.
Okay, talk.
Okay,
Talk.
no,
talk.
no,
Red,
so-
Talk
finish.
about the awkward thing. Okay.
Finish.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Wait, I
basically,
never
Awkward
introduced
said.
myself.
So
Wait.
basically, all these players
Shut
are
up, Nova.
individual. Basically, all these players are individually skilled enough to do well in ranked. Like when I say do well, I'm saying play at like high plat level,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, high flat.
Uh,
Flat.
High plat.
Yeah.
But they don't understand the team game at all. They're all very new to Overwatch, relatively speaking, to the rest of the league. And to be frank, our coaching situation was not ideal.
It's because I didn't jump yet. Lol.
Yeah. And even then, like, you know.
So he's got a point. He's got a point.
Even when he
He's not
showed up, I
wrong.
was like, eh. So, you know, he told me, basically, he said, you know, you'll have a lot more say in the coaching stuff because, you know, they'll listen to me and they'll listen to you. And I was like, all right, shoot, bet. That sounds way more fun than being behind Navino again, who, while I love my brother, you know, it's rough, right? Me and Nevin both have type A personalities. You know, it can be rough being behind Nev. Not gonna lie to y'all.
Understandable.
Edge.
Yeah,
I get
so you know, I showed it to Wisdom. I immediately took the starting spot from Nova.
Not
Immediately
wisdom,
became-
not
No
wisdom,
shot
not wisdom.
immediately.
No
Exodus.
shots.
You came to Exodus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I came to Exodus. Thank you. I came to Exodus and then immediately took the starting spot from Nova.
No
That's
shot.
true.
No chance.
It
I
wasn't.
mean, it's
it
not
wasn't
his
immediate.
fault. It wasn't
Well,
Nova's
but
fault.
technically, that's actually not true.
It was a
What?
little more.
I
It took-
sacrificed
it took you a
Jim.
little.
And then
It took you a little to do it, but you did.
Oh,
eventually
true.
do it.
We got to talk about
After-
Doodle. We got to mention Doodle for
Wait,
this
no,
because she was
No, we
but I
can't.
gotta. Okay, listen. I talked
Oh
now.
my God,
Monster
Rev,
go,
Rev.
Monster
All
All right,
go.
let's go
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Let's go back
yeah,
and get
yeah.
my background of
We're-
why I'm
we're-
here.
we're-
Otherwise,
I'm
I'm not
gonna
gonna
write.
rewriting
I'm gonna
attack.
find the thing for everybody. So I think where is the list of who we drafted? So our original, I think, 8.
I remember.
No, 7.
Shut up.
We
8.
got 7 people. No,
Yeah, it was
we got
8.
7, including
was-
me, I guess.
It was.
Yeah.
So our original 7 people that we got were Kylist,
Hey.
then Doodle, which was
Okay,
not a
hang on.
good pick.
Hang on.
No.
Can I be honest really quickly? I think that the only reason that we actually drafted Doodle was because she was friends with like
She
Rune
she
Bender and all
basically
that.
founded Exodus.
Yeah.
with-
That
Panda
is
Yeah,
100%
because
reason.
I was a
Anju,
part of the
Thor.
founding of Exodus because I was on the team before this with all of them, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're done with this." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll just follow you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be inactive because I climbed like 300 SR in a season." So yeah.
Wait,
I'll
you
talk
were
to
on
y'all
the
soon.
team? Wait.
No,
Or, like,
so
oh.
I
You
was
helped found
on.
it slightly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was on the team that Doodle, Panda, and all them were on, and then that collapsed, and we wanted to make something else, so they made Exodus, and I was like, "Yo, I'll help if you need anything." But I literally just climbed 300 SR in like the past 4 days, so I'm gonna be looking for higher tier teams. So I'm gonna be a little bit more inactive than what I wanted to be in the first place. But that, like,
Okay.
full disclosure.
Now I will say,
Continue.
so Doodle was our second pick, which I don't think was a good pick.
Mm-mm.
That was based off
No.
literally everything from Panda and Rune,
Mhm.
which later kind of collapsed, which we can talk about.
Completely
We got
obliterated.
Corbs, which Corbs was a decently good pick. He ended up playing off tank later on, but he didn't want to play off tank in the early season, so he requested a trade to Big Max basically immediately.
Yeah.
With us getting Bomber Brubs, he was inactive for
My God, I forgot about
the
him
time
too.
that
Yeah.
we did have him.
Yeah, same.
Completely inactive.
So yeah,
He was
and then
inactive
we got
because
Shut up.
our next one was Promise, which he
Oh,
was a really good flex DPS, but he ended up having to leave
IRL stuff.
right like before week 1, I believe.
Mhm.
Or no,
I remember
he
that
did
too.
week 1, and then week 2 he left due to IRL, and then we got Exful, which he was a good pickup, but later in the season he ended up having a lot
He
of
just got rolled
uh,
by natural
IRL
disasters.
issues. And
Rolled by
he was
2020.
not able to
Thanks.
play at all starting like week 4, and then we got Nova, which I honestly just
Yep.
heard him as like a 5-year-old in
He just kind
our-
of sucks at the game.
Yeah, I
you know, kinda
hated
dog
him in
shit.
and I
Pugs.
was like, yo,
Just kinda
I've
bad.
seen Nova in literally every pug, so like
Nova
I'm
was the
just gonna
guy
get
who
him
got
for a
keyboard and I
trade
didn't
bait.
like him.
And
So
yeah.
you all do know I played Pugs, right?
I
No.
didn't
No
see you
maybes.
once.
Let me
I played
look.
a bunch of them.
Red Knight.
It's
didn't see
You're not
any.
even in
I
there.
only
You're not
remember
even in there.
What?
Three names
Well, no,
You're
because
not in our
no,
scouting
no.
thing.
You want to know why I wasn't in that doc?
Why?
I DM'd the organizers and I literally said, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to play. I'm not gonna be able to be in the draft because I'm playing GGNA." That
Oh,
literally
she
is
got
what
removed.
happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I was in there though. I literally made fun of Nova in Pugs.
Oh.
No, not
Did
because
I
Nova
hated
was
him? He
bad.
was so annoying to me. Like actually.
The only thing
I
I
don't
didn't
really
like
remember
about
being
Nova was
annoying to
his
anyone
loud
specifically,
keyboard.
but I was pretty annoying.
No,
Just
you had like
he
the
existed.
Was.
keyboard.
Okay.
Whenever you
bad.
pressed on the keyboard, it made a really high pitched noise and it really hurt my ears. Either that or it was your voice. I don't remember.
Okay, dude. Listen, I was just
Sorry.
people were annoyed about my existence. You know what? It's okay.
True, still are.
It's because you're a child. It happens.
All right.
Jerry, you're also a child.
Thanks, Jerry.
So I'm gonna talk real quick
Just age
about
for it.
everyone. So our original people, Doodle.
Okay, but I don't have as much of an annoying voice as him.
Okay, we're not on that subject right now. So
Yeah.
shut
Okay, so I'm gonna talk
I
about
never
everyone.
introduced myself.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Then introduce yourself right now. Oh my god.
We have to restart.
No, you
No,
no,
we
we
don't.
don't.
Chill,
No,
chill,
just
chill.
go.
Too many people
has
want
that- has
chill.
everyone
All you
gone?
chill.
Yes.
All y'all
Oh.
chill.
Oh, okay.
Idiots.
You're,
All right, Monster,
You need
continue.
someone to do it for you?
You're a main tank.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
Ryan one trick at the start, and then
Oh,
actually
yeah.
got pretty decent at other people, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
got bad at Ryan.
Oh,
And then you
yeah.
got benched by Red Knight.
Shut up.
Actually,
Okay,
half true,
so
half
good
true,
talk.
because you all
Jack,
played at
you're
the
so
same time.
Okay, now let me talk about other people. Okay, so Kylist, originally she was very like upbeat and was
Originally.
not bad mechanically and had a lot
Originally.
of decent calls at the beginning in my eyes. So
And
I was
never
like,
happened ever again.
And you're a
Kyle,
simp
I was like,
opportunity.
that started like
Simp.
week 2 or
Me
3.
and Red are on the same page.
Simp wasn't immediate. Simp was a little week.
Okay.
Couple weeks after.
Simp.
And then so
It was gradual.
after that,
Oh, Jerry Sedge. Oh, he's back.
she was gonna get picked up by somebody
Yeah.
on first draft.
I was
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
context.
Like,
I was basically
we
in the top
have
3 of the
to.
flex supports for the entire novice.
Really?
Yeah, it was me, Sly, and Jim Jack. I believe was top 3.
Yeah.
It's
So,
understandable though, TBH.
No, it's not bad.
Kyla's-
I don't think it's bad.
We
It
had to
surprised
pick
me a lot.
Kyla's basically first off, or else she was gonna get picked. And she
Vancouver wanted
was
me,
probably
I
she was one of the most widely wanted people. In
There's
the
also like
league.
10 supports.
And then Doodle for second was
Mhm. That's not a strong
Yikes.
second pick.
That's
That
a
That is
yikes
not a
from
strong
me.
second round pick.
it.
Shin, your camera's dead.
Later on,
camera died?
Doodle
Oh, no, you're good.
had problems with
Okay.
me and Nova because our
Annoying.
toxic nature.
Immaturity.
Yes, toxic nature.
And immaturity.
And-
You can't forget that bit.
Even though
And
it's what helped build the team
basically-
after people left.
You know what's crazy to me about that? Can I say something real quick, Monster?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yes.
Like, so when I got to the roster, like the thing that stuck out to me was not like immaturity, lack of maturity. Let me be honest with y'all. Nobody in these leagues are mature. Like everyone
True.
can talk a big game.
We've all seen
but
Revolve.
like,
We're all
no,
over
like
the
no,
platinum.
but no, not even
Okay,
roll. I'm
fine.
saying even the mature people are barely mature.
Yeah.
Right? Maturity boils down to for these leagues. I talk crap in a way that doesn't offend like just enough people, but offends everybody else, and then I get away with it because it only offended enough people.
True.
Oh
So-
god.
Nova dead.
It's
No.
fine. Just Nova
No,
will come
we
back.
both
It's
Just
fine.
keep going.
It's
Just
fine.
keep
Oh,
It's
going.
he's
Just keep
fine.
going.
back.
Just keep going.
So like the thing
Right.
that I think bugged me the most when I came to the roster was never like you guys. Okay, actually that's a lie. Nova occasionally got to me, and Monster definitely had his moments. But for the most part, right? The thing that bothered me the most was how much of like the team game we were having to learn on the fly, like stuff that I just didn't think. Stuff
We
that I
had-
just didn't think we had to
It's
teach.
stuff that veterans
Two,
wouldn't
if-
think of ever.
We had
Yeah,
2,
never.
maybe 3 players who'd actually played in a competitive
No,
environment.
I
before.
know. I
No,
get it,
like
I get
as
it.
as like
like-
context for the rest of the
We've-
people watching, if they're.
Most of our
Yeah.
team was like new players and young
Yep.
people who've never like.
It was
done
all
before.
but
Yeah.
awkward
So it
and
was an experience.
red. Awkward and red. I think were the only.
Awkward Red Panda and RG were
And
the only
Panda.
people who were playing.
Well, Doodle played
played
like
in
a game.
competitive
It
team
didn't matter that
experience.
early.
But
Or
the
Red on
competitive
and Red
team
Panda.
experience is literally like the coach or the manager was someone Nova's age, but worshipped Jane's videos. So wasn't a really good competitive
God.
environment.
Okay, but like, to be fair, everybody literally has to start somewhere. Like
True.
the
Yeah,
only
No,
reason
I know.
the only reason I had such an easy upbringing in the like organized stuff and why I'm like actually a good coach now is because my very first organized competitive team went to semifinals and got shit on in semis, and
Yeah.
then after that it was either always a semifinal or finals for me. And so it's
So-
like it's weird thinking about other people not having experience.
So yeah, no, I agree. So like the thing that like if I had to criticize Panda's draft strategy, right?
Build a
When I
strong main
look at
tank
it-
line.
Oh,
Or tank
no, it's
line.
not. It's not that. Like Nova's like no cap like a decent tank.
We picked him last.
True.
The
Also, okay.
problem. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
The problem with the drafting strategy became that he undervalued experience.
Yeah.
Right. Like I know that sounds dumb for a plat league, but it makes a big difference. Like knowing, hey,
Not
like
even
the
a
only
plat
reason.
league.
I guess, yeah, I know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, like so like a subplat league, like you would think it wouldn't matter, but yeah, knowing how to play in a team environment and like because like there's so much work that goes in, especially in context when you look at the rest of the league. Every other team basically had at least 3+ players or 4+ players that played in teams before, like played competitive environment. Admittedly a low tier, but still like they knew how organized play looked. So it was super unlucky for a lot of you because I feel like if you'd gone to different teams, you would have excelled a lot more because you would not have been expected to know all the stuff and you would have had a chance to learn. I think Nova's biggest thing that helps him now, and the reason I think it's really upsetting that he's not an inter, is that he got to sit behind for a little bit and just learn in scrims and stuff, and like that helps, right? You don't have the pressure to do shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's my little diatribe
Continue
over.
with the draft stuff.
Yeah, continue.
We
with
We
that,
only
but I
got
thought
to
it was
one
important.
So,
pick. We got 2 picks in.
It's
Basically,
fine.
Doodle was not a great second pick due to her later being like sensitive with me and Nova
And Red Knight.
and Red Knight.
Yeah, you too.
Well,
And,
actually,
like,
I
Not
had
as
problems
much.
with her, but I
It did
just
not-
kind
It
of
was
annoyed.
things in general.
It was there were just problems. That's all there really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why I
just
got
that
annoyed.
Monster and I produced more of those problems than anyone else.
True.
Corbs, we did not feel that any of the off tanks were of great value.
Nova.
And
Corbs is gone.
okay, so basically, after the second round, since we were the last person, a lot of the picks we wanted, I think we wanted a Rim, Nerf, or Flareon, but we didn't take Flareon due to
Wait, Flareon?
yeah. Flareon was
Was he
only
by
played in
any
plugs.
by any chance was he also known as Vaporeon?
No,
Two different
Wait,
people.
two different
Yeah.
people.
Wait, who did we pick
So-
up?
Corbs?
That
we picked up
bothers me
Corbs.
that they both exist. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so basically, we wanted Rim, Nerf Me, or Flareon, and we wouldn't do Flareon or Nerf Me because the clash with Doodle, which a lot of the draft strategy had to do with Doodle. So that
God.
definitely kind of screwed us up
What an awful
on off
plan.
tank, and so after that, we just kind of
Mm,
we got Corbs because we saw him in like a couple things and he was pretty good. Is basically it. And he hadn't clashed with anybody at that point, and he wasn't like rude or anything like he used to be like at that point. Like I didn't hear any toxicness or anything. And of course, I didn't really know League Zero from at that point.
I
so
didn't know.
nobody really said anything about it. So that was a decent pick, but he didn't get he got traded like literally 2 weeks later for
Not
Bomber
even.
Grubs, which went missing, and we had to replace.
I don't even think he played in
but-
the game.
No,
he
he didn't play in the scrim.
Didn't play at all.
No, he played.
So
He played like maybe like 1 or 2 rounds in the scrim.
yeah.
If that.
So with Awkward, which was our fourth pick, that was a pretty good pick. He was
Awkward went to the 4th round. That's wild, bro.
I don't think anybody
yeah.
really knew about him. He didn't
yeah.
play. He didn't play till the later end of Pugs.
He didn't play
Nice face there,
support.
bud.
Dude, the entire league knew Awkward from League Zero the previous season, and everyone knew he's a nut.
He was playing DPS though.
I know, but he was playing Ana the whole last season. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I
come
get it,
on,
I get it.
man.
I mean,
Come
it's
on.
Everybody else is
stupid.
lost. Not my problem.
It's alright.
No, that's fine. Just I feel sad.
Okay.
That's terrible.
So basically, we picked up Awkward, and he was a pretty good pick. He helped a little
Well, he
bit.
was a really
with,
good pick.
yeah, he helped a little bit with some stuff. Later, helping a lot with flex support coaching.
Yes,
with
God saved my
D4
life.
and Kyla.
Also, he made me
so
better.
That was probably one of the best picks out of the.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Even just
He
having
was-
him on the
based
roster.
on
for how
everything I've
long.
heard, with the exception of the fact that you needed to pick Kyla Sterling, like he's your best pick,
Yeah,
especially for where you got him.
True.
and then
we
Yeah.
have like 5 people actually from the draft still here.
yeah, we have
You'll-
you, me,
Monster, me.
Nova, and Xvol and Awkward technically.
So 5, yeah.
But basically after that was Promise as our 5th round pick. Promise was like an all around good flex
Yeah,
DPS.
he was good.
Like he
He was really good, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
also super
And-
sweet.
and nice, and like we wanted him, but later, like a week later, he
IRL stuff.
not,
Wait,
not
wait,
died,
wait.
but
End up
he,
doing all that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he
I was
wasn't
about
able
to say,
to.
we
He's
should
not
probably
dead.
clarify that he
He's
didn't
not
die.
dead. He's
Now
still
every
My
time-
Discord.
DMs
Oh, wait,
us.
there you go.
and he was just all around good. So I mean, there was no point in not getting him. Xvol was one of the off tanks that we didn't really see a lot of, but he had a very good diva, and in
Bro, he had so much potential. I was so pissed that
Pugs?
stupid stuff happened to him.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
was
then
really excited to coach him.
dude, a bunch
happened to
of
him?
crazy stuff.
His diva was
just
IRL.
nice stuff.
Insane
Like-
IRL problems.
It was
Yeah, like
ridiculous.
literally
2020, basically, in a sentence.
In a sentence.
But yeah, Xvol was a pretty good pick, and he really was a great attitude, like for everything.
He
Yeah.
was such a good
Him
one.
and
Yeah.
him and our other off tank that we ended up getting,
Oh,
Buddy.
wait.
If anybody was watching knows,
We were talking
they
about
ended up
X-Ball?
they ended up
Mhm.
having
I
this.
misheard.
They ended up having this kind of competition where they wanted the other to play more than they wanted to play
It was
themselves.
so
it was
weird.
so funny.
It was so weird, but it worked because like
Yeah, but it worked because
made both of
they'd
them
hype each
compete.
other up
Yeah.
so much that they'd be so
It was so
excited to
weird.
play.
All right, wait. This
guys-
brings me to another important thing I
Oh.
need to say about Exodus that made me uncomfortable,
Oh.
intensely uncomfortable the entire time I was on that team.
I don't want to interview about 80s gaming. Thank you though. I don't. Go away. It's
Editing.
podcast time. Go away.
Okay, the thing that made me
Okay.
so intensely uncomfortable, besides Shinsei's parentage walking through that door,
Parentage.
was how damn wholesome Exodus was. It
It
made me
was so
upset.
weird.
It made
I'm
me
so
God.
confused, bro.
Yeah.
bro.
To
Dang.
agree.
Me,
I feel like
he's
me
actually
and Shin
confused.
come from like super competitive backgrounds, and we're both just like, this is not how this is.
This
This
is
ain't- this
not
ain't it.
right. The world is not balanced. Like I'm used to people screaming at each other. I literally cussed out my Flex DPS that I was playing with.
And guys,
I-
it all changed when
It
Red
did.
attacked.
It did.
Oh,
Literally, okay,
Red
yeah.
joined and
Like,
the
literally-
toxicity arrived.
So I was used to the most cutthroat shit ever. Like I had no competition because on my first team because it was only 6 people. But like the team after that I tried out for was Buffalo's team. I don't know if anybody knew, like anybody here knows about Buffalo.
Nah.
There's some shit with that though. But like I was hard competing with like just myself and like other people because RG was playing DPS for that team, and I was like, she's just not good. And I literally showed up, got up 6K on McCree, and I was like, I literally wanted to just say suck it. Like it's like that's the mindset that I came into this team with. It's completely different now because I'm actually learning about the game. But like at the time, I was pretty intense.
For me, the wholesomeness definitely helped because it helped me feel like it was good to have the, like, I don't know. For me, okay, competitive stuff, love it. But for me, I learn better when people are nice to me. I don't know, than rather
Okay,
screaming at me. Unless it's Shin.
Wait.
For some reason.
Okay, when I'm talking about wholesomeness though, like, there's like levels, right? There were a couple
There are a
times.
lot of levels.
There's a couple times, like I think Doodle's like the perfect example.
Mhm.
We were too effing nice to Doodle
True.
the entire season.
Yeah,
That is very
that's
true.
very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Like Doodle,
Like, we
Doodle
wouldn't
was a
blame anyone.
problem. Yeah, we wouldn't blame anyone. We wouldn't make corrective action. We would not talk about it as a team, and that was ultimately why Doodle.
we were
like,
all walking
had-
over eggshells because of how sensitive she was.
Well, yeah,
All the
and-
time.
And like literally, the thing that really broke it apart was when I was like, "Doodle," like, and literally she rage quit when I said her name. It
And
was
then
crazy.
that led to awkward rage quitting.
scrimmage. I thought
Well,
I made her
awkward
rage quit.
because of Doodle.
Because
right?
of Doodle,
That's
yeah,
we're
that's what
talking about?
that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
meant.
yeah.
Yeah, that led to him rage quitting that same scrim. And
I
then the
say
whole
something?
it was
was
actually
I
an
gonna say?
internal, and then the whole scrim shut down because we couldn't.
Yeah,
We
I
couldn't
thought that I
get
pissed
it.
her off so much on my. I thought I pissed her off so much on my
I
DPS
was
that
on
I
that
just like
team,
completely
it's
made her
always so
collapse.
I
I
want
was
to
like,
say something about like the wholesomeness.
Mhm.
Before this team, I was very BM and stuff.
True.
Being on a team, I wanted to like actually be kind of toxic and BM, right? But I was put in this environment where like if I teabagged, it was like
Same.
this is a bad. So I'm like,
This is
I'm
a
sorry, but Silver Smashers, that's an ad at you.
Yeah.
There we go.
it's
Yeah,
like
I wanted
everything-
to go into people's discourse and spam like Genji defend like after I beat them, and I'm like, I can't do that. No, everyone would hate me now.
and it's like
Yeah.
also when like people would go into our servers
Sure.
and just like
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
talk trash for like no reason. because they're
Okay,
losers.
I don't even want to get into
Because
how we
you get
handled the
yelled at
revolve
for-
situation. I don't want to get into
Alright,
it.
we're
gonna get
yeah,
so
we're gonna go
upset.
back to that.
We're
Back
not
to the
talking about
draft.
I'm
Back to the
saying,
Yeah,
draft.
back to
like,
draft stuff.
experience.
Back to the draft.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't.
Who
even,
were we even
okay.
on?
Basically-
Expo?
We'd said most of the team.
No,
were- we
we
were on
said
Xbox.
everyone.
We didn't say
No,
Nova.
we
Um,
said everyone.
we
we
did.
didn't-
I,
We just got done with Promise.
yeah,
We
there's
just got
nothing
done
really
with
to say
Promise.
with Nova. The only reason
Oh,
I said
thought we did
I
Expo.
saw him a lot and he would be good trade bait.
Wait,
so.
who was
Why not?
who did you guys draft for main tank?
Doodle.
Mantic was
RG.
Doodle.
Doodle. It was
What?
bad.
Yeah, she
I
was.
showed up for the
it was
first
her
sprint.
first
She's playing
time.
main
That
tank, and I
is
was like, "What is happening?"
Horrendous.
I was.
You
I was
should be
told
glad that you didn't
differently
see it.
than what was happening, basically.
Listen,
Every time I saw her fill it tank, I was upset. So
listen.
Yeah,
can I say something?
same.
But that wasn't filler.
I remember being in scrims, and like I knew my Orisa was so bad at that point, and probably my Monkey too, but I didn't like realize. But like I would see these things in like scrims, and I wanted to say something so bad, but she just would not like take information, and it was
Well,
like it was very
it's awkward. Like, I think this is a really good cautionary tale. If you guys ever want to manage, like, if anyone listening to this ever wants to manage a team, be a coach for a team, whatever, you gotta just divorce any
Ounce of humanity that you have and just
no,
shred
no,
everybody's
no, no,
ego
no, no.
apart.
Allegiance you have to people as
What does that
people.
mean?
So like,
Friendships.
Doodle got drafted because of her prior relationship
Mhm.
with our management.
There was a
Right?
Mhm.
humongous bias in the early parts of the draft.
Oh, yeah.
And it,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
it screwed
And
us the
so
first couple weeks.
yeah, and that bias, I like Panda, I like everybody on our staff, but that bias cost us.
Actually,
It cost us a lot, right? Like
It cost
I mean,
us. It
now-
cost us the first couple weeks because we put effort into coaching a main tank that we would later have to drop
First-
because of internal problems that she was causing.
and literally she's not coachable.
True.
I mean,
That is
there's
true.
like that whole thing.
There's a story, Nova, you want to tell a story about that one time where you wanted to learn with her?
Yeah,
That
so-
sounds-
there was actually a point where like I realized we were both main tanks and we were both I guess kind of on a similar level, I guess, right? And I was like, maybe as like two main tanks on a team we could help each other out and stuff like that, right? And she said, no, I have a top 500 coach, so no. And I had to do this all alone. It was horrible.
Yeah.
She
it
had
was
no
literally the
such
first term.
thing.
She didn't
She's like, I'm a
like
top
you.
500 coach, but
Like-
thank you. Smile.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Interesting.
like on
I
the
had-
actually I forgot about this on the draft day. Me and her we were friends from Pugs because she'd only been anything but nice to me and we became friends or whatever. And then on draft day, me and her both were like on Nova, but she really didn't like Nova. I'm like, oh, we picked up Nova, kind of like, okay, cool.
Casual.
Yeah, and then she goes, oh God, no. I'm like,
Did she?
yeah. She
All
was
right, all right,
so
all right,
like
all right, all right,
devastated.
all right.
Yeah,
Stop,
yeah,
stop,
yeah,
stop,
yeah,
stop. Chill.
No,
Dude,
no,
everyone
no,
knows
Nova.
because she was worried about getting like into stuff with him and making it a
No,
problem for the team.
I know. I'm just saying we don't
Yeah.
need to go that deep. That's all.
Okay,
Sure,
okay,
sure.
can I say
It's
It
something?
just had to do with
we
draft.
should,
That's why.
edit, we should edit what I'm
No,
about
I
to
get
say
it.
like out. But like, let's not focus on like a bunch of like negative things and get
Oh,
into
no,
like,
I'm not
True.
trying.
No, it's fine.
I was
So-
actually gonna change
wanna get into,
topics
like,
really
rants and
quickly to go
stuff.
to the like
Yeah.
I was gonna send it back to the wholesome really quickly. I was like, the only reason honestly why we're still here and like actually recording the podcast, like what? Hang on. I need to see how many months it was. Like that we like have
It's
actually
like
stayed
3,
together.
right?
Or
no, it's longer
Or-
than
or
that.
5.
Like 4 to 5. It's
'Cause
been
the
4 to 5
season- the
months.
season
And
was
it's been
around
like a
3
month and a
months.
half. Yeah, it's been like a month and a half since we've been out of the tournament. We're into League 0 now. All of us are in different teams except for me and Kylus.
Mhm.
Me and Kylus are the only two people who are on the same team because I'm
at
coaching
least
her
for
team.
Inter.
No, but Jerry and
Mob
I are
mentality
teams.
represents.
Listen,
Mob
I-
Okay, dude.
nothing
But like,
represents.
okay, hang on.
By MI6,
I wanted to get to my point. But like that wholesomeness that we developed, like with our roster, with like Muddy being definitely the main center of all the
Oh, of-
wholesomeness, and then a
of
lot of
course.
people like just bouncing off of that. But like that is legitimately one of the biggest reasons why we're actually like just hanging out as friends together.
Mhm.
And
I'm-
it's like actually insane to me how close we are now.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird.
hmm If you really think about it, literally 6
Muddy
strangers sitting across the
and she
nation.
kind of like her being on the team made me like, oh, I don't want to be like toxic. She's with us. I want to be all wholesome.
Yeah,
So,
she was
which
literally
very much
mom
helped.
mental. It
Instead
was
of a
great.
thing where it was like, you can't be like toxic because that's bad.
Mhm.
After
Yeah,
every
I'm
loss, she'd
gonna
always hype
say-
us up and stuff too.
I know Muddy's gonna watch this. I love you, Muddy. First time
We
I
all
saw
love
you,
buddy.
it was first private pugs of Exodus,
Oh, I was there.
and I think Empty.
Empty.
I think it was Empty.
Empty. Yeah.
Empty asked if you could come, and I was like, and we were like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And basically, you went, and you were loud, but you were like so nice, and
That's
everybody
great.
loved you.
Uh huh.
It was so funny. I was like, oh no, it's kind of loud. She talks a lot, but I mean, hey, it helped at some points, and you really helped with everybody's mentals a lot.
And like a better loud than
A
me.
good
Like, I'm
loud.
loud, but not a good loud.
Simp.
Yeah, not only is she like
Oh,
really
shit.
a nice person, she's also insane at video gaming.
She's actually
She's actually
awesome.
really
and she's a
good.
professor.
Yeah.
So
I
that's kind of
remember
crazy.
picking up.
Bro,
I
she's so
remember,
smart.
when we picked up Jerry and Muddy, I think it was the same time.
Yeah, they were
I
in
didn't
the
know who
Muddy
proxy
was.
draft
Yeah.
afterwards.
I
That
didn't
was
know
the
who Muddy was.
reform. This
I
is
found
the
that she
reform
was very
stage.
wholesome and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Exfil had some stuff, so Muddy would play a lot more. And
Mhm.
I'm like,
As
wait,
soon
she's
as
a god. Wait, what?
as soon as Muddy and Jerry joined the team, that was the beginning of the reformation of Exodus
Well,
TDH.
Yep.
I
Well,
would say about 1 or 2 weeks after that,
Yeah,
Shin
because that's
joined,
when I
and then
started
we
coaching.
got Red, and
Yeah, we got Red, and
after
then I
Shin
started doing
joined, we just kind of like stopped everything we were doing and went double shield. Let's go.
Okay,
We
I'm gonna
literally
actually
went
talk
listen,
about
double
this
shield.
because
Wait,
I
wait,
really
wait,
want to
wait,
talk
hold on,
about
hold on.
this.
Wait,
Go
hold
ahead,
on.
Noah.
Just to clarify, we
Yeah.
got Jerry. I'm pretty sure we got Jerry and Muddy at the same time,
We did.
but we got them before our first game. Yeah. So
Yes.
just
No.
let it- yeah.
No,
No.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-mm.
second game.
Yeah.
Second
Second
game.
game.
At
Are you
least
sure?
second
Wait,
or
really?
third.
I'm pretty sure
It was second or third.
Jerry,
Oh,
did
by
you
the
play
way-
the
I
Big
think it was
Mac?
second.
Yeah, I played in the Big Max game.
Weird.
Pretty sure you
Okay.
did. Because Promise
I-
left
Yeah,
before
wait,
that.
wait, no.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
oh,
gotta
you
make
are
up-
right. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right.
If you
you're
look
right.
at Twitter, I'm
Yeah.
the starting roster before the Big Max game tweet.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Promise didn't play a game, which was sad.
Yeah.
Really sad.
But
Yeah.
he never played a game, and it was a 2-week time period instead of one.
And he's
Between,
I'm
like, the
still
game and
friends with
start.
him on Discord, and if he ever sees them online, he asks how we're all doing and if we like did good or whatever. And
Who?
it's Promise
Promise.
from our draft. He's super sweet. I love Promise.
Okay. Anyways, to get to the reformation of Exodus. So after Red Knight joined, and I like actually take a little bit more consistency because I think the team was either wrapping up or it was end of season in the tournament that I was in. Or no, I quit the team because I got really tilted one night. Yeah, I got really tilted and I left one night just out of the blue. And so I was like, all right, peace, I'm gone. And I was like, I texted management. I was like, yo, so I'm gonna be able to coach a lot more, and I'm just gonna be here a lot more consistently. And so I went to a scrim, and I just didn't really say anything. I just kind of backed off. I looked at it, and the very next scrim, I was like, all right, so you know all that stuff that you were doing last scrim, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. We're gonna do this my way now. And I started implementing what at the time was meta, which was the Orisa Sigma Genji Ash, or like the Paris Eternal meta, I guess I would call it.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the
I
Orisa
love it.
Sigma, Ash Genji, and Brig Bap.
The
And
Red Knight
that's
Sigma
like
came out.
it was kind of cracked. I'm not gonna lie, but then Muddy
Red
actually
Knight
started to pop off.
Mhm.
No. He
but,
only
like-
pulled me off of Sigma when Zarya became meta.
That too. I think that as soon as we started doing that, we all really just started to like actually get a hold of what the competitive experience was supposed to be like,
Very
because
true.
of how much
Mhm.
just raw direction I made us go into. Like literally, how many days did we scrim a week? Was it 3?
It was
Around
3.
3.
It wasn't that
Okay.
crazy.
So for 3 days of the week for 2 hours straight, we were playing the same comp no matter what the map.
There was
And
not
so
a
that-
Genji that got past us.
There was not a Genji that got
True.
past us.
There was one time I was
Julie.
playing with this was the one time I always will remember is I was playing. We were playing. I think D4 was in. It was me and D4. I'm 100% that it was me and D4. I don't remember who was on what. He was on BAP. Yes, he was on BAP. Because I think it was because Monster wasn't gonna be there. Probably. Anyways, we were playing. We were practicing it in a scrim. A Genji comes in. Red
I know this
rocked
play.
him. D4 threw down Immor, and I bashed and whipped him, and he was dead instantly. It made me
I
feel
love that
so
play.
good.
Yeah, that's
I remember
happened.
that play.
It was
yeah.
so awesome.
Not
Well,
gonna
like-
lie, I love that meta.
That meta
It was so
awesome.
fun.
That was the
It was
best
so much
meta.
fun for me.
Honestly.
I love building Blade in 30 seconds.
Oh,
And
no,
then
I'm,
breaking
all
Emort,
right,
then
all right,
walking
all right, all right.
away.
I have to interject on the side of sanity and say I'm very pleased that Orisa is not being played anymore.
Shut up, simp.
Main tank, by the way.
Reinhardt simp.
No, not Reinhardt Sim.
That's a
Monkey
monkey
Sim.
sim, my guy.
Okay,
Bro.
well,
Yeah, no, okay.
Bro, this
simp
is
for
like
Orisa, sorry.
it's actually crazy. I'm a monkey simp, but I hate this meta too because it makes monkey playing the most bastardized, awful way possible.
like- Oh my god, it's
It's like
awful. But
Reinhardt,
yeah.
but he has
Okay.
the zap thing.
So for
Yeah.
like to get back on track, so as soon as we implemented the comp, literally the scrims, the team environment, everything just started to like actually look better. And it's because we had like an actual form of leadership. I'm not like,
Hi.
okay, to clarify, Rune and Torion are amazing coaches. Torion especially, he's a god. He still coaches me sometimes.
Torion's very smart.
Torion's a G. And then Rune is good, but like I don't know how to
Basics.
describe him. He's like he's a good coach, but it's like sometimes he wasn't for sure what he was talking about, and it was weird.
No, I'll say it. I'll say it. Rune is a good coach in the sense that like he can motivate people, kind of, and he can like give you good advice in like a much more abstract sense. But when it comes to Overwatch, like he's not a good enough student of the game, and that's what it really boiled down to.
That's fair. Yeah,
Like,
'cause,
I
like-
mean that, like, I'm sorry, like that's what it boiled down to. Like, there were things like there was a reason that like towards the end it was me and him making the stuff, and we went off a lot of my cues.
Mhm.
So,
But anyways,
yeah,
off of
sorry.
that context, to go like from because Torian was never there because he was tier 3 searching, and Rune is like what we just said. And then from going from that just straight to me, where it's literally like it's not restrictive, but it's like always that one specific thing, and you know specifically what you're talking about and what to take advantage of. It just helps a lot, and it definitely helps with a lot of people's confidences, from what I could tell. And it just helped people actually have fun because winning
Best
is having
brig.
fun. Well,
Just saying.
best brig NA, not a cap ever.
No,
But yeah,
definitely
that
not.
was
Getting me off of Brig was probably the smartest thing we ever did.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest with you.
Multiple
Besides,
multiple bashes. into
One.
the
multiple
game.
dashes
One.
feeding.
No, multiple.
There was
No.
It
one
was
that
two.
lost us the
It
game.
was two.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Austin's right.
There's one that I'm remembering. I like to forget the other ones.
I remember
Oh, the
that
one
one
on
too.
Hanamura?
There's one that
Yeah.
haunts me.
There
Yeah,
was
it
one
has
on
to be-
Kings
it
as
has to be
well.
Hana, right?
Yeah, it's the
has to be
Hana
It was
one.
Hana and
It's
Kings.
that one where we
There
went
was one on
downstairs on
Kings where
Hana
she
and you
bit-
just killed yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, she biffed the
actually
bash
threw.
on a Genji and just completely threw into their front line.
Yep.
But
And then got
regardless, I
burned.
completely forgot where I was going with this.
Something about coaching.
Going
Can I ask this-
from
wait.
just
Something
not
about
really
what?
knowing to like you giving us a restricted, not restricted, but like
Yeah,
It was
okay.
highly
Okay.
restrictive.
It was really restrictive. I
I still remember the game against
I
Thor
remember what I was
where
gonna
like
say.
it was so restrictive.
yeah.
Oh, the sword.
I lost track of my thought again.
dumb bitch.
It was
Sad.
Jesus. That was okay. So it was that time and right now coaching GZG. Those are like some of my best memories of playing Overwatch. It was like those two, it was coaching the Exodus and GZG and playing on a specific team.
You
Those
coached
are my
GGZ
best
for like
memories.
1 week, bro.
But
Chill.
it's so fun.
I'm
Our
having-
team,
yeah,
and
I'm
our
having
team
such a good
environment
time,
is so
dude.
much fun.
It's actually sick. Okay, listen.
Don't get jealous.
Listen.
I'm not jealous.
Listen. I'm having fun. Let me be. But like
It's fine. It's okay. I just hate that eventually we'll have to bring the dream crashing down when you face
okay,
hospitality.
dude.
Okay, bud. Stroke it a
Okay.
little harder. It's
The
okay.
superior
Alright,
coach
alright,
will win.
maybe
That's all I have to
Maybe,
say.
maybe next time
We
you'll
don't have
actually.
a coach, Omega.
Exactly.
Maybe next time you'll actually win the tank battle against Rai.
Yikes.
Me and Rai have never actually had a tank battle.
One time,
or
but
ever-
No, I mean,
Bro,
like-
you're not ready for this
Right?
Torb comp heat, my guy. We got the BAM comp
We
on
got
lock.
the
you
wins
do
in
know
there.
you got the BAM comp from Joey Esports, who I have people with, right? Like you do know.
Apparently,
that.
Rai came up with it, so I don't know. You'll have to go
Rai
to
Yeah,
Rai.
Rai
with
said he
that.
didn't make the comp, but the form we play he made. Like the
Yeah.
initial comp he didn't make. He edited
I
it.
know. I know. Like but he's
Edited.
on- like where they used it, where he got it from was scrims with Joey. So like in Joey features Phone, Rai, Asdo, Jeff, True, and Navino.
Every
and
time
all
I hear
those-
True, I just think of Kyla saying, "Oh my god, I just destroyed True in that scrimmage."
Did
It
that
was
was better
only
than
on
me.
BAP. The rest of the time I was not destroying him. It was just
No,
like
so-
that
so
one
True-
half of the map on BAP.
Yeah, so True so True plays on my team, Phone plays on my team. Asdo and Jeff are both with MI6. Asdo as a coach, Jeff as the captain. So like that comp's gonna go around. I'm still like no I guess no knock on Rai. I just am not convinced of that comp at all, bro.
I mean,
Alright,
it
was
let's
good
see.
worked.
against
You'll
it was
see.
good against content.
You'll
but
see.
content
worked
was
against
down to
meta.
main tank.
You'll see.
Okay, wait.
Okay,
Can I say
how many teams run the meta well? How many teams run the meta?
None.
Two.
Who are the two? Who are the two?
Marsupial and Double Cap.
Double Cap doesn't run the meta.
They don't. I didn't even watch the
They run Zarya.
Is it? I don't even know who else.
They run the
Eh,
meta
I
with
know that there's
Zarya.
somebody else.
I don't
It's
know who
double
else.
I mean,
bubble.
that
That's
was
not
MS6
meta.
on Mega LOL.
Meta is just Rush. The
I
Zarya's
know,
not
I
a part
know.
of the
So
Rush.
they run Rush with the Zarya, basically.
Trash.
It is trash.
Imagine the
And
coaching
that's why
staff.
did you guys should read. Okay, can we transition to like talking about League Zero?
We're
or-
already
Yeah,
into.
Wait,
Okay.
wait,
we're already
Here's
pretty
real
deep
quick.
into
Okay,
it.
Welcome
okay,
to
okay.
League
Wait, let
Zero.
Nova talk real quick. Now, let Nova
Before we
talk.
go to League Zero, do you guys want to guess our very first hero lineup in our very first game?
Oh god.
Oh, what was it? I wanna
Ryan?
know, I
Wait,
didn't-
what was it again?
Ryan.
Okay. Well, actually, no. Actually, first, who was all
Doodle.
playing? First 6 people.
It was Doodle X, Jerry,
Me,
Ock,
awkward.
me, Monster.
Wrong.
Okay.
It was Ryan
actually me,
Zarya for sure.
X4.
It was
Oh,
who
you
actually?
started
Oh.
over.
Yeah, I
Doodle?
started.
I
but we-
remember the Lijiang map. That's right.
No, it was
Crazy.
Ilios.
Because I started
I
actually.
do
No,
remember.
there was a Lijiang map. I think it was in scrims. And I
Yeah,
saw
we-
you for the first time. Because that's when I started to actually like pay attention to stuff. I looked at the VOD replay and I looked at you and I was like, kid's got potential. Too bad he kind of sucks with comms.
Yikes!
My,
Drew.
listen, my comms got better.
Tom's got
They
a lot better.
did.
They did,
Yeah.
they
That's
did.
why I
Yeah.
said you got potential
Okay.
though.
But I normally played like first 2 maps, and we put Doodle on the 3rd map because it was very heavily based on Orisa.
Yep, she
Mhm.
play. She wouldn't play Koth. She hates Koth.
Well, okay, and then now our hero lineup. Yikes.
I think it was Ryan Zarya.
I'm 90% sure it was Ryan Zarya, if not Ryan Zarya.
I think it was Ryan
Diva.
Zarya May. I think it was Ryan
Exfil's
Zarya
way
May
better
Genji.
at Sigma than Zarya.
True.
Okay.
I don't think, it was Genji. Cause
can I
I
guess?
don't think I played
No,
Genji.
no, no. Let me
Yeah,
guess. Let me guess. Let me
guess,
guess. Let me
guess,
guess.
guess, guess,
before
guess,
the
guess,
I think it
guess.
was Ryan Zarya, May Echo, Ana Lucio.
Okay, it was it was Ilios Ruins. That was the map. It was Reinhardt,
was our
Diva,
Dumbass. Yeah, I remember this now.
McCree, Echo.
Oh, because Jerry was a one trick at the time on a
No,
bad
I
I wasn't a
hero.
one trick. They just
Listen,
Then
made me
why
play
did you
Echo 'cause
always
she's
pick
clear.
her?
No, they made him
No,
play Echo.
Yeah.
They
so
told me pick
Okay.
Echo.
here's what happened. Here's what happened. Jerry was always like talking about how good he was at Genji and how like he loved Genji.
I wasn't a walking builder. I was like, yeah, I really like playing Genji.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
that's what I meant. That's what I meant, right? But we always told you to play Echo because we
That
like
was meta.
we
quotes.
like
Nah, she was new,
Well,
and everybody thought she was
Yeah,
overpowered.
in air quotes.
we played like Bunker and we're like play Echo because Echo's decent in Bunker, and then we're like we'll squeeze you into like our brawl and dive, right? And then
Fair.
a couple games later, like after our first 2 games, we scrimmed against like Silver Smashers, and we let you play Genji on dive and Bunker, and you just kind of popped off. And then we're like, you know what, we'll play you on
This
Genji
kid's
now.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
You
was.
guys-
Wait.
guys
We
are
didn't finish the comp. We
Daniel
didn't finish the
about
comp. We
Genji.
didn't finish the comp.
Yeah, okay, it was.
Or who was playing?
Reinhardt,
It was,
Diva.
no, we
okay,
finished the comp. Yeah, it was Reinhardt,
No.
Diva, Echo, McCree, and Ana Lucio, right?
He didn't say
Yeah.
Ana Lucia.
I
He
did.
definitely said Ana Lucio.
And then
Yeah, you guys are doubting.
Who are the
Daniels
people?
about
Who are
my
the
Genji.
people?
we were playing. It
Doubting
was
Daniels.
no-
Okay, dude.
Nova on Ryan, Exfil on Diva, Awkward on Kree, Jerry on This is
Echo.
pretty obvious.
Echo,
And
and then
then-
the supports are obvious
Yeah.
because we didn't have
We were
D4
playing.
yet.
We
Yeah.
were playing against a Ryan Zarya, May Reaper, Moira Lucio.
That's what it was. I thought we were playing May Reaper or like May Echo or some shit.
No, because Jerry would play like some May in scrims and we hated it.
Yeah.
No, we ended
Really?
up, we actually ended up putting
thought-
awkward on May for a
No,
couple
we
things.
we
Not
well,
early, but like
listen,
as the season went on, we'd put awkward
Jerry,
on
I'm
May
sure
if
you
we
have
could
like a
lock Panda
decent
in.
like May now maybe, but
I
like
know
your
my
J-
May wasn't off. Like
it wasn't
amazing.
horrible, but it wasn't that
I
great.
don't think it was awful.
Well, it wasn't awful at all,
Oh, it
but it
wasn't
wasn't
awful?
like
Yeah.
what we.
I was.
You know, it
I
didn't,
wasn't
like-
insane. Yeah. It didn't turn heads.
True.
Your walls kind of sucked.
Oh, I'm not even gonna get into
I
that.
remember
Never
that.
mind.
Dude,
Whatever.
May did your
Did-
May at the beginning was
Scuffed.
rocky.
Scuffed.
It was kind of rough.
And I was
Sure.
still a major
It
feeder
just-
back then. Like
True.
more than
Because
I
the
am
last time I
now.
played May was like,
Like,
I
way
played
more.
May like twice, and it was like 3 seasons before Flux Cup.
Actually, one more thing before we get into League Zero. I remember this like the day after the draft. I was like, okay, I'm on a team now, right? Now time to make friends because I never like played in pugs for this team. So, I saw Monster playing ranked, and I thought he was this like god tier
Oh, no.
gamer. Wouldn't want to hang out with some 14-year-olds. So I'm like,
The
wanna play ranked?
duo.
And that's how the duo started.
And then it became a
climbed, like,
trio when he
300
started
star that-
simping.
Shut up, Emily.
that was like a long
Now,
time after.
let Nova talk.
I
Yeah.
didn't finish.
He doesn't want to be
we-
called a simp.
We gained like 300 SR. I realized Monster wasn't super mature, and that's how it started.
That's how it started to
Yeah, Nova
decline.
was probably the first person that
That's
I
also
actually, like, dueled with,
how the
and he
drama
sort of
ended up
brought me into
starting.
the inner circle.
As
True.
when
Oh,
they
yeah,
got closer,
basically-
they'd play ranked, and then they'd talk about how toxic they were, and then Doodle would get upset.
No, don't get
True.
toxic.
Oh wait, do you guys
Brr.
remember the
Why
first time
is
Doodle
my-
got really mad at me?
Yeah.
Monster, would you like to say this?
Was it the
That's
time we were
why.
playing quick play?
Dude, I had to
No,
mediate
no, it wasn't-
something
it wasn't
because there
General
was such a
X.
big argument.
There we go.
I ended
No,
up
it
having to stop
wasn't about you getting banned because that was after.
That was after.
Yeah, that was after.
No, it was shit talking in
got banned.
scrims or
No,
like
it
some
wasn't.
something.
No, it wasn't.
I swear we were playing with
What
Art.
was it?
No,
No,
we were
you-
shit
you talking
talking in
about
QP.
Art.
That's
I
what
It
it
was
remember.
was.
It was in General X. I said yep cock.
Yes,
Oh,
that was the best thing ever. Okay, so speaking
Oh,
of 14-year-old,
Listen, I have the pictures.
he said,
But-
Mans actually said, "Yep, cock," and after that, Doodle was
It was over.
disgusted.
It was over for
that
him.
was it. No, that
like,
ended.
oh
That
no,
was
my
it.
It's like,
career's been
you
ended.
are a
Done.
14-year-old. You should not have those words coming out of your keyboard or your mouth. That is
sort of like
Bro.
an actual
disrespectful.
Okay,
I was like,
One
it's a meme.
time, so I was in middle school when obviously I was in middle school when I was younger.
Oh.
But I was in middle school and I was in the hallway, and the only reason I got caught for this is because I was freaking giant. I was like 5'11" at the time, and it was 8th grade. I was a freak,
What's
dude. I
wrong
was a
with you?
freak of nature.
Look at his Instagram. All the pictures he's towering above everybody
It's
else.
crazy, bro. But so I was in middle school and I dropped an F-bomb in the hallway, and this piece of shit that was my teacher was like, "You come here," and I was like, "Shit, did she hear me?" And she's like, "You need to apologize to me right now." And I was like, "What? Why?" And she said, "Because you said the F word." And I was like, okay.
Boomers.
So I said, "I'm sorry." And I was like, and she said, "No, that's not good enough. I'm gonna take you to the principal, and if you're not gonna come, I'm gonna write you up. Now you have to write an apology to the principal too." And then as we were walking to the principal's office, wait, no, it wasn't the principal's office. It was like a guidance counselor's office or just a classroom or something. But like, as we walked past, this one kid dropped the N word, and I turned around and I looked at the teacher, and I was like, "Dude, do you really just not hear this kid screaming the N word in the hallway?" And I was
Yikes.
so pissed, bro. Oh my
That's
god.
unlucky.
I only ever got written up twice, and that was one of the
I've-
reasons.
I've-
The other reason was because I got accused of lying for my teacher,
I
who was a
got
little
sent to the
bitch.
principal's office in kindergarten for like I had a juice box or like the Capri Sun.
That
And-
makes sense.
Yeah, and there was like janitor like on the other side like cleaning the things or whatever, like the tables, and someone was making me laugh, and I was drinking it, and it was like the Capri Sun was like almost done, and I kind of like blew on accident, and it hit the lunch lady in the face. It probably hurt, right? It was like a juice box that was like empty, and she got really mad at me. Like saying things like,
Bro,
"Were you trying to hurt me?" Like all this stuff.
I'm looking at
And-
Augustus Gloop, and he's talking about. He's talking
You see
about
why-
pulling a Capri Sun
Dude, you
pouch.
see why I think of him as Augustus?
That and Hammond.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It just makes sense to me.
But
Um,
anyways,
Skating
League
and
Zero
talk.
time, boys.
Oh yeah, League Zero
I'm
time.
so hyped for next
Okay,
week.
we're gonna
playing
go.
in
We're
my
gonna go.
six.
We're gonna go over who's on what team to start with.
Okay.
Of the
Oh,
people,
yeah.
of the
Good
people.
enough.
Wait,
Listen. Stop. Let me do this. Of the people that are here, Red Knight is on Mob Mentality. I am a flex support for the Guangzhou Gangsters, and Shin coaches for my team.
Yes, sir.
And I was considered. MI6. I was in MI6's consideration when they found out that their DPS was a Smurf.
Everyone else in Inter, aka.
Jerry,
Okay, dude.
hold on.
No.
Jerry, you were so stupid. They literally asked for VODs, and you sent them the Mythra versus Exodus game.
No.
You
I
didn't?
also sent them ranked VODs as well. I also sent them ranked
okay,
VODs.
never
I
mind.
sent like
Okay,
5
okay,
ranked
okay.
I was
VODs.
gonna
My
say,
turn, my
the
turn, my
manager
turn.
of the manager of MI6 was casting that game. There's no way you sent the Mythra versus Exodus game.
I did. I sent them all 5.
I'm like, I told
Okay,
Jerry
let
that
me-
was the dumbest move, and then he just did it.
Kyla, speak,
Let me
you
speak.
idiot.
Jesus Christ. of the other people who were in Inter, which is the other 3 people in this call, they didn't get picked up. The free agency has
Because
not.
of work.
Free agency has not opened yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
When
In
is it, week
novice,
3?
It's because
shush, shush. In novice, there is Red Panda and Spongy Cheese who are on Wisdom Academy, and then there's
Pog.
Xful and D Forson who are on Geometric, and then oh my God, why can't I think? Did anybody
I
else
think
go
it was
anywhere?
everybody. No, it's just us. This is-
Okay.
Muddy
that's good.
was going to.
Muddy
and
was
then
that's what it
her
was. Muddy
doctorate
was
studies.
going to Muddy was gonna try out and be in novice with everybody else that was down there, but ended up having IRL stuff, so she wasn't able to.
Studying to become a doctor, my guy.
Mhm.
Not like an actual
Actually,
doctor. but
no,
like a
they
PhD
didn't let her
doctor.
go down to
Well, it
novice. That's what it
technically is
was.
an actual
Yeah, no,
okay.
that's what it
They
boils down
didn't.
to.
They
'cause-
didn't let her go down to
Oh,
novice like she
and
wanted
then-
to because Inter was gonna take
also-
up too much of her time, so she just didn't.
Yeah. And looking
Uh,
at how Inter turned out anyway, I love Muddy to death, but she would have had a hard time getting drafted in Inter.
She would have had a hard time getting drafted, but if she actually got drafted, she would have stomped.
Mhm.
You're
Um,
wrong.
If it was
I
Zara,
love, like,
actually, yeah, you're fair.
I love Muddy.
fair,
I
that's
love
fair.
Muddy to
That's
death.
fair. Yeah.
But like the
It's not a
Zars we're
Zarya
talking
meta.
about,
Yeah.
well, no, but in the Zars that are stomping right now are crazy, like
Mhm.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Because
it's like
they make
it's
it
a
work with
league
the
full
team
of
comp.
muddies.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah.
weird.
Like 3 muddies rolled into one. It's
Before-
scary.
Yeah, I don't think Muddy's the kind of person to like. Alright, she obviously just kind of wanted to have fun, just
Yeah,
kind of be
she's
on a
just
team,
trying
but
to
not
have fun
like
with it.
become like the best player in the world. If that makes sense. So I
Yeah.
don't think it sucks that she couldn't be a novice, but oh well.
But yeah, so before I actually decided that I wanted to become a coach, I wanted to off-roll, and
Oh yeah, you did a
Inter.
couple. Oh my God,
So I
have
did a
a clip
couple
of
pugs. yeah, I
Were
did a
you-
few pugs.
where you
'Cause
someone
I wanna-
pronounced your grammar wrong. Someone said you pronounced like it's the correct pronunciation is dove, not dive, and you said the correct pronunciation of that is suck my ass.
Okay, but anyways, I wanted to off-roll as DPS or support because I just wanted to kind of chill for a little bit, and then I started playing, or I made my Masters team that I'm now off of. But I really wanted to off-roll because I just wanted to have fun with the game for the first time in like 4 months. And then I was like, oh, you can't off-roll because tank SR too high. Even though you're not
Jerry,
playing
check your
tank,
DMs.
tank SR too high. Okay, dude, I'm ruining my
Really?
train of thought.
Yeah,
But
come on, Nova.
like,
What?
bro, I was so upset that I couldn't actually play on off-roll.
Mhm.
I was so pissed.
It happens, man.
Hey, how did you guys?
They're
hear me? I
doing it
muted you.
next season too.
Nova, please not now.
Yeah, I mean, off-rolling's hard, and they had a lot of mistakes last season with just the role
Smurfs.
setup. How they had, yeah. So like going to off-rolling after having such a bad
Smurfs.
season with Smurfs, like I'm on board with League Zero on this one.
That's
Off-rolling's
fair.
hard to manage correctly.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure if it's possible, really, truly, because
I think that who did I DM about this? Hold on, let me find this really quickly.
it's fine.
Started with an S.
Oh, we can. While you're
Probably
looking
Shun.
for it, I
Shun,
can.
yup.
Yeah, it's Shunt. While
I
you're
got
looking
it.
for it, I can talk about how I made my decision to go to Inter rather than.
Wait,
on.
wait.
I
How
got
about
this one
instead
first.
we focus on like the league and what's happening and everything?
Yeah,
Because
we
we just
can.
wrapped up
Mhm.
week 1, right?
Not even
True.
week 1, but early season / week 1 because that's kind of what early
No,
season.
all the games have been played for week 1 now.
Oh no, I'm being stupid. Yes, continue.
Expert just finished today.
Yes.
I'm not gonna talk about Expert because Expert's like
No,
a meme
we don't
fest at
have
this-
anybody in expert. We
Well,
care about
we
anyways.
have
Oh
nobody
wait, I'm
from
dumb.
Expert
I'm dumb.
or
Advanced
from
is
Novice.
tomorrow.
Yeah, Advanced is
Advanced
tomorrow.
We
tomorrow.
will. So
We
we're gonna
only
talk
have
about
people from
advanced
Inter right
anyway. Yeah, we've only got Inter and novice people we know anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I was just gonna talk about the league itself.
Yeah, you
So,
can.
like,
True.
Okay, so for
You
those
can
who
do
don't
power
know,
rankings if you want.
yeah, I was planning to. I was planning.
I've
I'm
to
gonna
watched
talk
leave.
about it.
You can head this part, man. That's all you.
Listen,
Have.
we could do-
Have you
wait.
literally? So who here has watched games?
I watched the Hyperflex.
I've been scouting.
I watched the Hyperflex one. I didn't watch the first one. I watched both Wisdom Academy ones, and I watched some of the Geo one today.
I'm in the middle of watching yours versus MI6 right now, Red.
Oh yeah, we're
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck. It's pretty glorious.
Can we?
Okay.
Can we like look at the next week?
Not yet.
Not
We're gonna
yet.
talk
Not
about
yet.
this week
After.
first.
After.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to. I'm gonna pull up Dividing's tier list real quick.
Because
and
I
then-
was just wondering if
I'll do
maybe
that
we could
too.
like predict the games for next week, Adventure.
We can.
Yeah, we
can
Just
do that.
not.
Yeah,
Right
let's
now.
do that.
Yeah, just give me a second,
Yeah,
bro.
I meant like
So,
tonight.
Where is it?
Dividing's list. So if you
Yeah.
go to the tier list discussion, go to the pinned messages, and you'll go to the S3 analysis spreadsheet. Once you're in there,
Oh, the one
there's-
Acri made.
Mhm.
I have it pinned.
You're gonna see, yeah, they have a bunch of options. Just go click Dividing's name in the Google spreadsheet, and it'll pull up. And he does rankings for every division.
I'll
So
DM it to you.
bright.
And
Shane.
he's update.
Homie's
he
name
might-
Chungus.
Yeah, Dividing does not have the novice update, I don't think.
We can just do novice on our own. But we can just kind of
Where's
like
my boy
quickly glaze
Dividing?
over it because we don't have novice people here right
Let's talk about like Inter really fast. So going into this week, there was this thing called the Smiler Invitational.
Mhm.
Smiler Invitational basically was a preseason tournament hosted by Smilers or Obligation.
now. / Kingdom Come.
Slash
Also under
Kingdom
that.
Come. And the
Oh,
winner
shit,
of that
I'm on
tournament
number
was
2.
Double
Oh,
Cap. And Double Cap basically going into this week was everyone's consensus favorite. I'm gonna go through each team. So Double Cap was the consensus favorite. Mom Mentality, the team I was on, was considered the worst team in the league besides maybe Capitalism or the Bench. I can't remember which.
Capitalism or the bench.
Capitalism.
Actually, I
It
don't
was
know.
Capitalism, right?
I
Was
thought
it
it was
Tie.
capitalism. It's kind of
It's pretty bad for both of them.
unfortunately.
Yeah, feels bad, man. Obligation. They were considered. Everyone's hyping them really hard. Everyone talks about domination as crazy main tank. They finished second in that tournament,
I
or
believe
third.
second or third.
Third, I think, because it was Content Credence versus Double Cap, right, for the finals.
I think.
Wait, Cotton Creed, they made it to the finals?
Oh, Smilers, yeah. No. We'll get to that. Guangzhou Gangsters, the team that Shinsei is now the coach for. Kylus is the flex support for. They got beat up pretty bad in that tournament, if I remember correctly.
We weren't really prepared.
Yeah.
Oh,
Content
no
rolled
way.
them.
We didn't
From what I
have we
heard
didn't
from you
have we
talking-
didn't have a coach. We scrimmed like 2 or 3 times before,
Well-
and we didn't really have the synergy or anything yet for that.
We'll get to the coaching diff in a minute. We'll get to the coaching issues. I'm over here like Mom Mentality over here, down 3 players, and we still made it close with Obligation.
Coach, hear me roar.
I'm the most goated player coach ever. JK.
We didn't even
don't
have a
hate
player
me.
coach. You guys at least had you. Like
That's true.
Okay, continue with the
Yeah.
duos.
So Content Credence, everyone thought was gonna be really good. They have a lot of really good players individually. They have 2 very interchangeable main tanks. They have good DPS. They have good. They're just really stacked across the board. I think Bangus might be a tad bit overhyped. Who's their team captain? They won that tournament, which is crazy. The bench got raffle stomped in the first round, if I remember right.
oh yeah.
Who did they play in the first round?
I don't know,
Does
but it
anyone
was bad.
remember? It was Double Cap, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MI6 played Capitalism, if I remember correctly.
I
Yes. MI6 was also expected to do really well. Everyone liked what they saw from them. Their roster's really good. They have good coaching. And then there's Capitalism. I don't have much to say about them besides LOL. Like, they're just not very good, and everyone saw that in the Smilers. So let's fast forward to week 1. What happened on Friday? Content Credence played against Guangzhou Gangsters.
Shit on.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Double Cap played against the bench. Obligation played against Capitalism.
Shit on.
Oh no, I have that flipped. It was the other way around. But still.
Regardless.
I've got something to
Yeah, I
say
mean,
about
like
the team.
interchangeably bottom 2 teams, right?
Yeah.
I've got
And
something.
then Mom Mentality played against MI6.
Okay,
Shit on.
I want to
Uh,
go over our game just really, really fast.
Yeah, you're good.
You guys, there's
Say-
gonna be the whole thing where, oh, you guys think you're doing so good just because you beat a team that didn't have a main tank. I'm like, and I'm out here with like,
And you dropped
we
the map.
played. Yeah, we lost the map. 2, we played a comp. We've played 1 time in like half a map in a scrim, and still did pretty good. So if you want to make judgments,
true, actually.
take it.
We
Actually,
played
something-
we played 2 maps of Shadow Dive in
half a map.
the last like 3 scrims that they played in,
Mhm.
and in the scrimmage right before to warm up.
The thing with Content Credence is I feel like their manager just kind of memes.
Yes.
He is.
100%.
And-
It's a known fact.
Even if he like knows it or not, I don't think it's any help to the team. So I think coaching and management is an issue there. I do think they have individual skill, but like nothing else, I guess.
It's gonna end up being a problem as the season goes on with all their teams grow.
Sure.
Especially,
I
Unless
wouldn't be
they pull their
surprised if
shit
they-
together.
I wouldn't be
Will, part
surprised
two?
if like the manager like goes AFK or something like that.
I don't think he will. I think he'll stick
I don't know if he'll
around,
go
but I just don't
AFK.
think it will matter.
He wants the clout.
Wait, what were
Sure.
we talking about with the GZ game? What else were we talking about?
That was it. I just wanted to make the thing where it's like, oh, you guys are so
I mean,
yourselves
like,
because you beat a
I-
team
so-
without a main tank.
So
To be fair,
So we're gonna like okay. So I watched a lot of the game. I don't know, man. Like it feels real weird. Like I think Repeat's main tank was fine, but
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't a bad main tank by any.
it
But-
shouldn't say his evil cackle.
But like the things that make me cause me pause are like
The team comp, obviously.
the team comp.
The team
yeah,
comp.
But
team
also
comp.
like I think I can't overstress the internal issues that I've been hearing about from content. Like,
Oh,
it's
from
not
I was
about-
about to
it's-
say from GZ. There's
No.
literally nothing.
Like we vibing
No,
hard.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about.
I was
GZ.
so
I'm not
confused
talking-
for a
no,
second.
No. No, you guys won. So I'm saying like, if
Yeah.
I'm gonna take anything away from the win, it's just that content isn't hot mess. It's not that you guys are bad
Or good.
or good. It's more
Even
like
though we are.
content-
I feel like we
I-
still have we still have yet to know, but
Yeah, we
I
can't really
expect
say
It's
anything
anything
else
this
else.
from
is
you
literally
guys.
the first week.
Yeah.
see, but then see, like I think, but on the
Mob
flip-
mentality, boys.
well, no.
Well, if we wanna talk about Flux,
if
If we want to bring up Flux examples, we can say that Silver won their first game, then didn't win another game for the rest of the season.
no, that's fair.
So for the first week doesn't mean shit. It's what you do for the rest of the season that matters.
Wait, who they beat?
But
Who they beat?
who did they beat in week 1?
Vancouver.
Vision.
Vancouver was a hot mess for until like week 3 or 4.
I know.
Yo, I like how there are like
But
1,
it's
2,
my
3, 4,
point.
5.
It's like
I like
your
there were six
one
people.
map doesn't.
No,
One
but,
map
like,
doesn't dictate it. And they also went to map 5 with Vancouver, I believe.
This
If I
is
remember
funny.
correctly.
No. So the thing I'm trying to say is that like okay, so let me contrast it with Novice for today, for example. Hyperflex beat up Seattle Battle Cattle
Somehow.
some way.
Some,
let's-
By some
let me-
miracle
let-
of their DPS line.
Valerie!
Let me be 100% honest. If you're asking me, it's because Seattle Battle Cattle threw. It was not because Hyperflex is good. Like Hyperflex did.
There
good
were so many
things.
accidental plays that just worked, and it was astounding. The Death Blossom on first point Hana,
Yeah.
the 4-man
Yeah.
bomb
The-
on second point Hana.
The 3-man
Junkrat
bomb
tires on
on
Lijon.
Rialto.
there was
Yeah.
actually a point.
The
where
bomb on
Seattle-
Rialto was really good though.
It was good,
floor
but I
slid-
don't
No,
know
he
if-
floor slid it like that. Oh, come on. Look at
It was more of a.
Look
It
at
was
the
more of an
galleys.
alt where it's like it was thrown in as a last hope kind of thing. It's not like
It
I'm
was
gonna get a
Yoda.
5K with
Okay,
this kind of
listen.
thing.
Listen-
It was
yeah,
a really
yeah, no,
smart
listen here,
bomb.
buddy.
I'm not
no,
trying to
Diva
discredit him.
bombs-
I'm just saying.
Diva bombs, if Diva bombs are not flashy, they look like the most low IQ plays
True.
in the game.
He
But
floor
they are
slid it.
actually so big brain.
I know, but he floor slid it. Like, okay, so the reason I'm saying Yoshi's bombs are good and like they were
Oh, yeah, I'm not
intentional
trying to
for the most
discredit
Besides
him.
Remax, lol.
Stop. Let me say the thing. So the reason I'm saying Yoshi's bombs were intentional, like intentionally good. So there was a bomb that was bad on Hanamura. On Hanamura, the bomb was thrown at the high ground because he knew that people were hanging out in the high ground, and the other team just responded to it correctly. Right? Yoshi's bomb usage is really intentional. So when he floor slid it, he was looking for a big play because the main tank was pushed up, no position to protect anybody but himself. So he was looking to get the back line. He wasn't looking to get the main tank. Because once he gets mech back, he can melt the main tank as long as he doesn't have heals. So all of that to say, like I don't know so much. I think the DPS had a lot of accidental plays, but I think the tank line is like one of the bright sides for Hyperflex right now.
Yes.
Okay. So that's all
I
had to say
wasn't
about
trying
it.
to
So-
discredit him. Just from like a viewer's standpoint, it looked very
It
accidental.
was a weird champ. If you
Bro,
don't play Diva, you don't know what
Yeah.
happens in the Diva
Ugh.
player's mind. It's so
Ugh.
weird.
Like most of the people, I'm telling you right now, most of the people watching feel like
Thought it
or
was an
think that was
accident?
an accident.
Yeah,
Like, that
okay,
wasn't
well,
intended to be
looked,
an extent
it
bomb.
looked pretty intentional to me just because of the floor slide and like the
Didn't
fact
you
that the main tank was
understand the
pushed
game,
all
bud?
the way up. Okay.
By the way, there was a time on Hanamura attack for Seattle Battle Cattle. They had EMP, and they were going to use it. It was
I
going to be
remember
huge.
this.
Okay, wait, stop. Let's save this for the novice part. Let's save this for the novice
Yeah,
part.
wait. So the
I
I was
novice
just trying
part.
to draw. I was trying to draw a
Oh.
comparison.
Oh.
Hyperflex is like so
I'm
Hyperflex
gonna
is
be
kind of
heated.
like y'all right now with
Mhm.
content a little bit, right? Like I'm not saying you're as bad as Hyper because Hyper is way worse than y'all. Like obviously
Okay.
not just the fact that they're novice, but like in the context of the league they're bad. Like it.
The giant is moving.
I know the Giants. um.
I'm
try-
in awe of the size
I had
of
to
this lab.
stretch, bro.
Okay. So no,
Tell
I'm
person
trying to say
things.
that like it's a good win for y'all to have. I'm glad you have it, especially because content was rated as highly as they were.
Yeah,
But,
we were.
like,
Everyone was expecting us to get rolled.
Do you know who you play next week?
We play
MI6.
Okay, so if you beat MI6, I'll be much more like okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can I get $10 if we win against them?
Eyes?
No, because I don't think MI6 is like all
That
that.
insane.
MI6 has some internal problems right now that I hope they get fixed.
What? Who doesn't have
Exploit the internal
problems,
They
problem.
apparently?
dude. They started Crake.
Oh,
True.
did they?
It's
Yeah.
because of Jolts
and Bolts. I know. Jolts
problem.
and Bolts apparently tilted out of his mind at a scrim as the
That's
rumor
some
mill.
But
Lucky.
anyways, back to the rankings.
I think I remember playing with that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
So
Nice
so
segue.
actually,
We
let me. Well, let's recap the rest of the games, right? So
Oh, true.
right, we recapped content and
A little bit of GZ.
yeah, right. Like that's what we recapped. And really, I think it boiled down to comp diff and the fact that you had an inexperienced main tank who played fine, but like he's inexperienced, so there are things he did badly that didn't
Yeah, he
help.
did a few shit brain plays, and I was like,
But it's not his
What?
fault, right? Like it's
Yeah.
because he doesn't play main tank.
yeah.
The other game we're gonna talk about quickly is Obligation. I want to say it's versus the bench. I'm pretty sure it's
I
versus
don't
the bench.
know.
I'll go
yes.
back and
Not
look at the
tell you.
Discord.
Yes, the
Double
bench.
check
It,
for me.
it was the bench. It was the bench.
It was the
Double
bench,
cap
okay.
played capitalism.
Double cap play capitalism.
Yes, it was
Alright,
indeed
so,
the bench.
Yes.
So here's what's interesting about the bench. When they got to Kings Row, they looked way better than on the other two maps.
Mm-hmm.
The bench's problem to me is like they have a carry level Zarya, like as in Kate level carry, but the rest of the team is kind of like Papega. Like I feel like
Yeah, it's
they're
kind of like me
lacking.
on a plat team.
What'd you say?
Sounds like me on my plat team that I used to be on.
Yeah. So like they don't like their team cohesion's not where it needs to be. I feel like they're I don't think do they have coaches? Anyone know?
I have no idea.
No
I
clue.
don't think they do.
I,
I
know
honestly
no one
don't
on
think.
the
I
bench.
think that there are like
I don't-
3 teams that actually have like designated coaches now,
Yeah.
and GZ is one
none
of them.
none of the teams I don't think started with coaches.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
just double
In
check.
Inter
before I
at
talk
the
out my
Wait,
ass.
because I know novice
maybe I
started.
can.
No, they have a
Okay.
coach. They have
I
Sebs.
coach.
They have Sebs as a coach.
How many teams have coaches?
The bench has a coach. MI6 has a coach. You guys have a coach. Technically, Double Cap has a coach. Spacefire.
Mhm.
Way more teams have coaches than I thought.
Really?
Capitalism does not.
Does not.
Content
That
has a
makes
coach in Octo. So it's literally just. It's literally just Mob Mentality who doesn't have a coach. Obligation
Mike?
does not have a coach.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's just Obligation and Mob Mentality, I think, and Capitalism.
Dang,
That have a
Teams
what?
without coaches.
Damn.
5 out of
8.
7 teams, really? I
8.
thought there was a lot bigger difference.
No, it's
5
5 out
out of 8.
of 8.
5 out of 8. Math good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
thought
thought
they
you were
were-
just saying
did
the
this-
amount of
did
times you
some
said
of them-
coach.
Okay, let's
Did
do
some of them get picked up after this game or like right before this game, like how I was?
No, I think everyone had coaches going into this week. Who had
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, listen.
That makes a
listen,
big difference. I
children.
know.
We're gonna do the quick power ranking, quickly go over novice because there aren't many people here, and then probably wrap it up because we've been going for like an hour and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, before we rank them. Oh wait, no. Okay.
Let's
I
get
just
through
wanna
this
rank
recap.
Jerry?
please.
Having an earthquake over there, bud?
Yeah, I
Okay,
am.
Oh
So-
no,
It's
I
actually
didn't
really
know they
bad.
had a
So yeah, like
snowquake
so
in Canada.
Obligation 1-3-0. I think mostly off the back of their support play. That's my opinion. Support play
Sure.
in Pichu's pretty alright.
Yeah.
I
pretty
still think Pichu is like slightly overhyped, but like not bad, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
Agree.
like
Agreed.
Hard
Well,
agree.
so I'm not that happy, but whatever.
like it's not a knock on Pichu when I say that. I really mean that.
Yeah.
She's completely acceptable at the video game. It's just like I think
She's good
think,
for
like-
our level, but she's not extremely. Jesus, she's a decent amount overhyped.
Yeah, like I definitely think C Team and Kate are both better than she is.
I
C
know
Team's
nothing
good.
about
I
C
love C
Team.
Team.
I know Kate is good.
C Team's nuts. C
C
Team's nuts.
Team
I
is really
feel
good.
so bad for C Team and the team he's on.
What's
Isn't
team is
he
he
on
on?
content?
The bench.
Oh.
Bench. Yikes.
Yeah, who lost today? But it
happens.
is what it is.
It
So-
is what it is.
Yeah, so no. So the Obligation get an easy 3-0. They're also fortunately start against a pretty lackluster team. The bench has a lot of stuff to work on. I don't think they can be bad all season. I think they have some good pieces. I think C Team's crazy. I think my big issue with them is their main tank situation. I think Ceased is just not good for the league
Yeah.
at all. Like compared to the other players in the league, he's just not good.
He's not interlevel, in my opinion.
What's his role?
Technically it's Reaper. That's what it's marked as on
Flex DPS / Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah. So Reaper, he's a Reaper player. He played other stuff tonight, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
Bro, we
so that
killed the meta tonight. Oh my god. last night.
Double Cap played against Capitalism, and that really went about as well as everyone expected to. I don't really have a lot of standout things to say. They just look like a hot mess. I think Viper is a very overhyped player. I think Grasshopper is a pretty overhyped player. I think Shinx is good, except Shinx relies on flanking, which is really, really, really bad. I think as much as I don't think Great Cub is insane, I think Great Cub's fine. Great Cub's probably their best player. Played fine, but like you can't really make up for the fact that your Reaper went on flank every other fight and like died for free.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault. And it sucks because the way they played too was so scared of Double Cap's comp. When Double Cap was running like the meta, except they swapped the Diva for Azaria because Kate's Azaria OTP.
Okay, quick recap, not recap, quick tier list.
At
Double Cap.
one, yeah, I think you
Double
have
I agree
to.
with Double Cap.
Actually, wait, hold on. Can I? I'm just gonna say it.
Oh,
Double
here it
Cap-
comes.
No, Double Cap too. No. I'm gonna abstain from putting Marsupial in the discussion if I have to make this point.
That's fair.
But like,
Who would be
like-
number one then?
I'm
I
gonna
know.
have to give it to Obligation because Obligation actually plays the meta sometimes, and they have an anti-meta comp. They have an anti-meta comp that can farm Azaria pretty easily.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
That's
I think that
fair.
the only reason why Obligation would be number, okay, so based off of that logic, I would go Obligation, Double Cap, GZ. The only reason why Obligation, that's your logic, is it not?
Oh
Like,
wait,
that's
we're
what you-
cutting out Mob. Like
Yes, if we're
you
cutting
are
out Mob.
sure,
Yeah,
sure,
like
sure.
so. I think Mob and GZ would be tied for right now until they
I
actually match
agree.
against each other or until
Because we don't
MI6
have
game.
anything for who would be better than the other.
Our
Yeah.
win was way more quality than yours.
Well,
Okay,
good
well,
for you,
listen.
buddy. You're biased.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay,
like,
okay,
stop.
We're-
listen,
So
hold on,
content. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
all-
no,
we're
no.
all biased.
Let me
No, I know.
let me
Agree
talk
to
about the
disagree.
thingy.
Listen,
Let me
yeah,
talk
Red,
about
it's
the thingy.
time to take the Eggo out of the toaster, okay?
Want me to just-
Okay, so the only reason why I think that Obligation
Roger,
is
you're
number
muted.
one is the same reason why you do, is because they can play the meta and they have an anti. Double Cap
No,
is
they
number
can't play the meta.
two.
They have an anti that can
Yeah.
punish specifically the Zarya. That's the only reason.
Okay, but they have the mental capability of playing the meta, right? And then
I don't know about that.
okay, well, yeah, sure. And
they
then
have a good anti-meta comp, is what I'm trying to say.
but and then it would be Double Cap just because of pure skill, right? And
I
then
mean, yeah.
GZ
basically.
because we have that hard ass off meta stuff that works. And when we actually started to play it, it did really well. But our meta right now is not good enough to like be higher than 3 IMO
Okay.
if we're not
Okay.
counting Mob.
Okay.
I think that- okay,
So here's,
Can I
here's,
one more thing?
Yeah. And I'm
So
gonna say
I think that if we did include Mob, I think that they would either be just above GZ or tied, but like on top of the tie, right?
I'm totally chill with like that interpretation, but I just gotta point out like the reason I'm saying it's not even like my bias coming into it. If it's GZ,
No, I
versus
get that
Mob.
completely. Yeah,
Like
I get
the
that.
win quality is just way better on my end over here.
Okay, so
than
that's
it is on
understandable.
your end, right?
But
Like, it
we
just- like
okay, so we honestly, this was on me and management. Well, not management,
Sure.
but me kind of. So the first map, was so weak because of the comp that we played. We did
Sure.
not have a good grasp of Shadow Dive, and I should have recognized that.
But I'm
And
just
as
saying-
soon as we did, we started winning. So,
I'm saying if we both had 3-0'd.
then it would have
right.
been a lot. Yeah, I get where you're going.
No. Here's what I was gonna say. Even if you guys 3-0, right? You 3-0'd a team that played a DPS player at main tank who played fine, but he's not used at it. Like the team comp scuffed. Like, you know, they probably hadn't been scrimming with him at main tank. You get what I'm saying? It's not about like you guys playing badly. It's about
the team that we played.
The quality of the opponent. It's like the only reason that Double Cap gets to hold on to number 1 right now
is because of who they played against.
Capitalism.
Same with Obligation in the bench.
True.
Yeah, like Obligation.
There's really not much to go off of week 1.
Obligation in most people's power rankings fell below Mob because they played against the bench and we played against MI6. And we both of us 3-0'd, but like Mob moved up. So like, you know, when we talk about quality wins, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like,
that's fair.
So my hot take about Double Cap isn't so much like Double Cap hasn't done anything to prove anything because Capitalism was bad.
Yeah.
Right. So and then I also know that like Navino had a whole thing, like he got in hot water for it, like posting in the tier list discussion, and he was like, "Yo, everyone's a bunch of pansies." Sorry,
big save,
big save, right? A bunch of pansies because they won't push Kate when bubbles down, right? Like nobody just ran Kate over the entire night.
Yeah.
And that's on your team. Like you have a monkey. Like literally, you just W key there, put DM on the monkey, and Reaper can just go to hell while your Zarya dies because you can't stop it.
DM usage at this elo is insane. Like
it's
I was
crazy bad.
I was weird with it at first, but like it literally took me somebody saying one thing and I fixed it, and then at this elo, it's like, all right, so make sure you're doing this like every 5 minutes.
DM usage diff is like literally going to define the meta for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Even at the Pro League, too.
I don't want to have to cut everybody off, but internet things, so let's quickly go over Novice.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, yeah, quickly over Novice. Wait, here's the rest of the rankings. So, Double Cap, Mob Mentality is, I think, at 2 for me. Obligation at 3, for the reasons I cited in terms of the quality wins versus not quality wins, right? Guangzhou at 4. I'd actually put MI6 at the next slot because I can't validate content credence at all right now, and I think internal issues are going to tear them apart. Then I would put the bench, then Capitalism. This differs a little bit from some of the tier lists I've seen, but I think it's reasonable. I think the bench actually have a ton of upside, and like you should watch them for the next couple weeks. They actually pull some stuff together. They could be a middle table team, maybe even high.
Agree.
That is Inter done. Novice is pretty
real quick. It just mostly just the like quick stuff for each team and tier list.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. So SBC was unknown going into this week. Their tank line was very underwhelming, but some of that was tilt, I think, based on watching the match. Hyperflex is not good, but they looked good tonight. Wisdom Academy 3-0'd OTW, I believe, or 3-1'd.
3-0.
3-0. Okay. And they have easily the best DPS line and
number 1
the best.
IMO.
They probably have the best off tank in Zorthcon, I think. Personally, I think Zorthcon's crazy.
Their support line's also pretty good.
Their support line's very good. I just don't draw attention to it because like they have so much space to work with right now.
True.
And that's because of the DPS and the tanks doing as well as they have been. There's like not a lot of pressure on them so far. In the case of Geometric, there are 2 versions of Geometric to talk about. Geometric with SD Awesome and Geometric without. Geometric without SD Awesome is terrible. With SD Awesome, they look way better. And I don't really know how to take it yet. I'm working on formulating a real thought. I still need to watch most of that game. I'm trying to remember the other team. Edinburgh Monarchs. I still don't know what to make of them. They have a really good DPS and RQT, who's crazy. I think their tank line is still massively overhyped. I still think a lot of them I think honestly the big issue is that Geometric without SD Awesome is so bad, but Edinburgh's like middle table to begin with. Who am I forgetting? One Trick Wonders, they're a hot mess. They're coached by Corbs. Corbs is a bad coach. Changed my mind.
Awesome.
Listen, there's a lot of coaches in Novice that were
shouldn't be coaching.
I was Novice in Flux Cup. I think I can do a great job coaching these Novice people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a bunch of ego trips, to be honest.
Firefools, Corbs, Slimal, I don't know why.
If they played in, say, Expert or a higher league, then sure, bud, go nuts.
I don't think they're
no.
I don't think they can really coach. I mean, I'm sure they're
They
like better,
don't-
but they're not the kind of people that can like actually coach.
I think
people
I think
effectively.
I think it boils down to like they don't know how to coach macro.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
that's
Um,
what
Resident
that's
3.3 trash can at your service.
Facts. So if I'm gonna go power ranking, love you, buddy. So
Yeah,
if I'm gonna do a power rankings for me, I think it's Wisdom Academy at 1. I actually think that it's Edinburgh at 2 right now.
really.
Here's why.
Okay.
I'm forgetting which
everybody-
teams exist. Hold on.
It's
Give me a
Edinburgh,
sec.
Geometric, One Trick, Hyperflex, Seattle Battle Kettle, Wisdom. That's like the
Okay,
total.
yeah,
those are-
then I
there's
agree.
6. So yeah, right. So Geometric, if SD Awesome keeps going AFK, like I just can't count SD Awesome as there and theorize that they're better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Edinburgh just like whooped their butt 3-1 without SD Awesome being there. Like I don't know, like I don't know what else to do. I don't think Hyperflex is like the number 2 team, even though they 3-0'd Seattle. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm kind of feel checkmated into this. OTW looks like a hot mess. They're running 2 main
Most
tanks.
of Novice looks like a hot
They're
mess
running
right now.
Ingleby Bop at main tank, guys. They're running a DPS player main tank.
Yeah,
They're
there's
pulling
like
content.
1 or 2, maybe 2 teams
Content
that look
ingredients,
solid
by the
in
way.
Novice right now.
Yeah. So for me, it's Edinburgh at 2. It is probably OTW, even though Hyperflex is close because that's how bad we are right now. Seattle Battle Cattle probably are actually way higher than this power ranking would imply. But they have to go figure stuff out, right? So
Yeah.
like this is like think of this as like the slap on the wrist for Seattle Battle Cattle losing their cool and like throwing against Hyperflex when they really didn't have to. So does that make sense?
Changing things.
I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? That's my power
I,
rankings.
I
okay.
have no
You
clue.
didn't do
I
it.
don't have any
I
opinion
would
on
like
it.
to give my own power ranking.
Go for it.
I agree with Wisdom first. I think Wisdom is first, and I would put Monarch second. I'd put OTW third, but I'd put Geo fourth. And this is currently right. So the Hyperflex fifth, SPC sixth. I think SPC has like, I think the last 3 teams has potential to like move around. Like I think SPC can be like fourth, Hyperflex can be last, all this kind of stuff.
SBC
But I
can
think
be
currently
second, I think.
SPC looks very lost. And also I think Hyperflex is just kind of like,
Also lost.
they're just playing dumb strats and they're gonna get like.
Yeah, Hyperflex
I
and
don't think
SBC was
Hyperflex is that
actually a
great
lot
either.
closer than people thought.
Yeah, I
And then again,
wanna.
the problems with Geo. But if SPC stays this way, I think they're last.
True.
I'm
Okay,
gonna- I'm
we
gonna
should
do
probably
mine.
wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do mine.
Yep.
Then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think Wisdom. I agree with the Wisdom Monarchs.
Wait, I have
Go ahead.
Still
Wisdom
muted.
Monarchs.
Monster. Okay. Wisdom Monarchs. Sure for One Trick. I haven't seen much of One Trick, but I'll trust you guys. I'd actually. Yeah.
They have a good
Sorry.
row.
Geo Hyperflex Seattle.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
down.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes.
that's-
Well,
wait,
I
I
was
have
the
something-
power-
Let Jerry,
I
let
have
Jerry do his
something
thing.
to go over.
Wait, go
Alright,
Jerry.
We've got, like,
So
4
it's not
minutes.
really a power ranking, but I have something I really want to spit out. It's so interesting. So I remember I played a game called Darwin's Project, and it was meh. And there's also a show that I watched called Darwin's Game, and it's okay. And I remember I was watching like YouTube or whatever, and someone just mentioned Darwinism, and like, oh, just like the game of the show, and I googled it, and it's not. And so
Go
Okay,
on.
hurry.
Honestly.
Continue.
and so I googled. I'm like, okay, this is like weird. I'll buy a book. Like I've never bought a book in my lifetime. I don't know how to read, and so I read it, and so it said like there's this guy. Right, his name was like John D. His name was John D. Rockefeller. Like at the time, oil was a big part of the economy.
Caterpillar?
God.
And so what this guy would do, this guy would buy like an independent oil refinery for like not a great amount of money, or sometimes a good amount of money, depending on who it was. But that person might not want to cave in.
He's got a script.
so
Go on.
so,
We're running a movie
Continue.
script, boys.
so people are like, oh well, and he's like, well, okay, and just lowers the price of the oil to where everyone's at taking loss. But the thing is about the Standard Oil Company was because it owned 90% of the oil refining industry. He was able to take that loss for the amount of time that he was doing it, just long enough for the business he was trying to take for, let's say, a couple $1 million, fail completely and flop. And so he'd buy it for like maybe a few $1,000s, and at that point, he'd managed like 40% of the oil refineries, and he'd managed them, but he'd managed like the refineries. But as soon as like like it goes up and then the profits go down, he had like a fake identity. And
So,
so what
listen,
did you?
wait.
Wait.
This went from
So
Darwin
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I want to hear this. Go. He has to talk fast.
Bestie.
and so he like sell the company to like his fake person, which is like his fake identity, for a really low price, and then just stop supporting that business, and then slowly just like fail. And so that means like he owned 50%, like around 50% of oil refineries, and he just kept selling them to his other person, which is still him, and they die. And so that's basically how like he'd ruin a bunch of lives, sell the company by selling company for low money.
He's just
And he
reading his
did that
notes
and-
from history class.
Shut
No, and then in 1896 the oil mafia murdered him, and that's how he ruined the economy.
Okay.
Is that it?
Did you
One more
actually
thing
read a
about-
book on this?
Oil mafia.
I did. Wait,
You
I'm
did
not.
not.
Kylus, good luck with the
So-
editing.
Another thing about economy is people, no, you're leaving this in. Another thing about economy and people being dumb. So like the Dutch economy,
2
like
minutes.
or the Dutch, they found these tulips and like, oh wow, these, and they're like the Dutch are like, oh wow, these are some pretty nice flowers, and they started to trade them, and it turned into.
Just get to the
Wait,
punchline.
I'm not done.
Just get to the punchline.
Get to the punchline, please.
What is the
Okay,
punchline?
And so they're selling these tulips and stuff,
We haven't got
and
to the
that's the tulips
climax.
got
I can't even tell
Like
if there's going to be a
12
punchline.
I'll give you a punchline.
and 12 fat sheep or like 120 tulips, and there's this like really rare tulip called like the Viceroy, and like 8 pigs for one bud of the flower.
Can we be done?
And then
It was
but-
purple, and I love purple.
But yeah.
And purple's good because it looks like purple. And did you know that purple comes from the color purple? It's also spelled P-U-R-P-L-E. And
problem
the word
is-
U is in
The
there.
problem for the Dutch is that people figured out that they could just plant the tulips, so they no longer had to buy tulips from them, and so basically the entire Dutch economy like crashed, and so they started experimenting like using rats to deliver like tulips, especially like a toxic kind because it killed people who touched them. But it didn't really work out because it just created the Black Plague, and like the world died, and over 75% of the people, or 75% of the tulip farms got burned down, and they still haven't recovered to this day. I just find that really interesting.
Thank you.
We need that every single week. We
Okay,
need the
well-
Jerry underscore
Yeah.
Howie.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for
Weekly
coming
book
out to
read.
the Exodus After Dark podcast. We all really
Oh, yeah.
appreciate it. After
We're
Jerry
gonna
being
be less scuffed after today.
we
Yeah,
are
give-
going to
give
be
it a
less
week.
stuff after today. Give it a few. Give it a few. Shut up, Jerry. Shut
Jerry,
up. I'm
stop.
trying to close this out. But anyways, thank you all once again for coming out. My name is Shinsei, Red Knight. Thank you all for coming. Red Knight, Jerry, Monster, Kylus, and Nova. Thank you all for coming
Yeah.
to
Sure.
just kind of chill and
Totally
talk.
not
But
my
yeah,
podcast.
we gotta peace out before Kylus' internet dies.
Internet
Peace.
died. Bye, guys.